What's going on YouTube? Joe Miner 3131 back again alongside JS Miner 87 here on the DFS Quarry channel. We're going to break down the January 11th, 2019 Friday, that is, 4-game main slate. Before we get started, my lineups are ass. Getting crushed. Jared, you're having a little better night. How's that going for you?
Yeah, I mean 24.6, but I mean, like you said, the more the Slack channel got involved, the more we talked about it. Even though there was tons of plays, I just didn't feel confident. I mean, I texted you today. I said I just don't know which way to go in order to really put it in, that $12 knuckle puck entry here. Today. So I just played a couple $1 little 50-50 and a little a Liga 20-man top 3 pay, and took it kind of easy tonight.
I don't blame you. I should have did the same thing. I'm certain of that. But whatever. We can move on from there. Great thing about DFS is we get to play again tomorrow. So, before we get started, we're going to have the giveaway show. It's going to be Monday, January 14th, 2019. We'll be breaking down that show. On that show, we'll be breaking down the main slate for Tuesday, January 15th. So it's the Monday night show leading into Tuesday for the Tuesday slate. So the show will air live roughly 9 o'clock Monday night, somewhere around there on the 14th. And what you'll have to do to enter that contest is let a comment in the comment section below, not in the live chat, but in the comments itself, to get yourself entered in that. And that'll run for 24 hours, right, Jared?
Yeah, we'll probably pick it the Tuesday right before. We'll do that comment randomizer, pick it on Tuesday right before the show, and announce it Tuesday to start the show.
Fair enough. Sounds good to me. And run through the rest of the bullshit here, and then we can get into it. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, man. We appreciate it. I picked up another subscriber. I think we're at 107 now or something like that, roughly. So we're still chugging along here. That's great. So please subscribe to the channel if you're a first-time viewer. We appreciate it. If you're coming back again, make sure you subscribe, man. Don't miss none of our videos we're putting out there. We try to be fair. We try to give plays that we will honestly play. If you join us in the Slack channels, a lot of times in there after lineup block and whatnot, we'll show our lineups that we're running, man. So, I mean, we're not here trying to hide anything. We're not obviously big enough to even turn the slate. So, it is what it is. We're open and honest, man. All we're doing is building a community here and talking DFS hockey. It's a blast, And if you do want to join the Slack channel, you're not part of that. We got room for you. Need your email address, so drop that in the comments below or hit me up at DFS Quarry on the Twitter machine there. Just PM me, direct message, whatever it's called there. Say, Joe, hey, can I get in the Slack channel? Let me your email address there, and I'll send the invite over to you. We'll get you in there. It's a good time. Guys in there pretty much all day long. Sometimes early morning, it's a little slow, stuff like that till, about midday, noon, it starts to pick up. And then right around, hours of 3 to 5, 3 to 6 even, man, it's really, people are in there talking tough the whole time, which is great. We're bouncing plays off each other, going over picks, whatnot. I had Kudabin in the net today. Boy, was that a mistake, huh? But that is without saying. Let's go ahead and move into it. First game on the slate, we have the Buffalo Sabres heading into Carolina, take on the Carolina Hurricanes. We get the Hurricanes. We'll be on a back-to-back here. No line in this game yet. So it should be Carter Hutton and Curtis McElhinney because it was Mrazek today in the net, correct?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was.
All right. What do you like here?
1 and 4 game slack or 4-game slate here. I think you can even look for this as a potential game stack opportunity out of the all 4. I guess I'll start with the Carolina news, but Carolina side. But before that, I just wanted to mention here, Jeff Skinner makes his return to North Carolina, folks. So little storyline. I'm sure Carolina might put up like one of those little video tributes thanking him for, his time at Carolina there. And I think it's going to be a good moment for him for sure. Then those games are real fun to go to, actually, to be honest. I don't think I was in Fleury's home. I was in one. I can't remember which one. That maybe it was like Kunitz's welcome back or something. It's cool to see that little minute and a half tribute kind of thing, you know. But anyway, let's go this North Carolina or the Carolina Hurricanes team here. Certainly, like Joe said, they're getting their streak back together, playing well the past few games. So Aho and Teravainen both in play at a very fair price, 6,200, 5,300. Don't ignore 2,900 Brock McGinn here. That could be your mistake you see. And, I don't know what you would really say that is the downside. Maybe you look at his total points over the year in DraftKings and you say, he only got like 6 goals and maybe 9 assists on year or something, and it doesn't like pop you as a league leader. Well, you know what? He hasn't played in this first line all year. And Brock McGinn, you know what? Since they bumped him up with Aho and Teravainen, it's been point production. And McGinn's playing solid there on that first line as well. Go down here to this third line with Greg McKegg and Justin Williams and Svechnikov. They're playing well. I just now looked, and it looks like the goal today, again by Williams, means he is now on a 5-game point streak. 5-game point streak. So you want to look at those streaks, yeah, and we're giving that to you firsthand that you don't need to look it up. So, we're doing you a little bit of a service here. Justin Williams, 4,700. We talked about in the other, maybe last night, I think it was, with him shooting the puck more, starting to go in more. It's a confidence boost here. It's a confidence boost for sure. So there's great plays in this third line. And person you want to guarantee put him in, Dougie Hamilton, 5,100 from the defensive side. Looking at his career stats, he has 14 points in 18 games against Buffalo. This is his best opponent in all of the other 30 teams. This is the most. He has more points against the Buffalo Sabres than any other team in the NHL. So keep that in mind. I think it could be a good night here for Dougie Hamilton as well on that defensive side. Certainly Jakob Slavin at 4,400. He's had enough action and activity to be a play as well. And Justin Falk at 4,600. Another good reason to, play him as well. Just to give you a little quick rant on the home side, 3.4 power plays per game for Carolina. They're the 25th best, so they're not converting at a good rate, 16%. Looking at Buffalo here on the road, they're the 13th best penalty kill. So, maybe you want to use that to factor in your defensive play here. Is power play going to matter? You see Falk, for instance, 2 power play points in the past 5 games. You take away 2 points out of him, he's left with 1.13 shots and 8 blocks. Is that good enough for 4,600, or should I maybe just pay 3,000 for Calvin DeHaan with 7 shots and 6 blocks? That's what you really want to look at. Where are these points coming from? Maybe Dougie Hamilton, 5,100 is a little better option because take away his 2 power play points, he's still got 3 points in 5 games that aren't related to the power play. So he's got some even strength power there on his end. And I do have interest here in running McElhaney. 3-0 in the last 5 games. He's coming in at a 7,000 price tag, 2.0 GAA. I think I like them there. Switch the script to Buffalo here. Jeff Skinner with Sabatka and Tage Thompson. That's a great stack there, guys. Great fair price, too. I mean, you got 2,700 for a first-line center and Sabatka and 2,600 for Tage Thompson. Tage Thompson's done well for me the past the couple times I have played him. And then that second line, I'd probably just want like a Reinhardt in there and leave the other 2 alone. Keep going down here. Yeah, maybe you want to look at maybe Dahlin or Ristolainen here, but I think it's mainly that first line of Buffalo for me if I'm going anywhere here. But I certainly would love Jeff Skinner in my lineup because it's going to be a big day. I'm going to sure he's going to get 4 to 5 shots against this old team. I at least want him in the lineup here for the Buffalo side.
Yeah, this is ugly. I don't know what to think of Carolina on the back-to-back facing up against Tampa Bay here. So, I mean, Buffalo for me is real simple. I want a little bit of Jeff Skinner, a little bit of Evan Rodriguez, a little bit of Sam Reinhart, and that's it. I don't trust. I mean, them guys are obviously 2,700 for Sabaka and 2,600 for Tage Thompson. I'll never talk you off of that at all. I'm just not going to do that. And I think Hutton's in play too. I mean, I know Carolina's hot, but again, I don't know what they're going to do on the back-to-back here. So I wouldn't rule Hutton out at all. Carolina side, Aho and Teravainen are obviously in play, and if you want to run that top line with McGinn at 2,900, I can't argue that. Maybe Michael Furland off the second line, left winger at 4,600. I don't think I want to go anywhere else. Justin Williams off that third line, obviously. This Greg McKegg at 2,900, got 2 goals, 2 assists. Boy, he ain't playing much. I don't know nothing about him. I'm going to have to dig into McKegg here. But his numbers are up. 6 minutes ice time, 7 minutes ice time. That's weird. So Williams is obviously in play. I like him a lot. I think my favorite plays would obviously be Aho, Teravainen, and Williams. Fit them all in rather easily. I don't think so far pricing don't look like much of an issue. I agree with the Jacob Slavin call at 4,400. I like that a lot. It's a great play. I like the Calvis DeHaan call at 3K. I like the Justin Falk at 4,600. Dougie Hamilton at 5,100. He scored again tonight or had an assist tonight, something. He had an assist maybe. So Hamilton is all right, man. Carolina looks good on paper here. I mean, as long as you think they can keep it up, I say play Carolina. And I like the McElhinney call too, man. I mean, guy's playing well too. You can't argue it. You know, 0.923 save percentage, a GAA of 2.0, 3-0, like you said in the last 5 games. He looks good. He looks real good at 7K. That's a real nice price tag. And pricing does not look like it's going to be an issue so far with the first game here at all. Rather nice. I'm not sure what DraftKings is expecting here, maybe, out of this game on the back-to-back, but it's interesting. Because it's not like Buffalo's been putting up goals, so not sure why they got Carolina's goalies priced down like that. But nonetheless, I guess I'm on the Carolina side here more than anything. Carolina does look good on paper. Next game up, Detroit Red Wings heading into Winnipeg to take on the Winnipeg Jets, who are also on a back-to-back here. Winnipeg is still going to be a minus 240 home favorite. Over under 6.5 in this game, which is quite high. I like that. It should be Howard in the net for Detroit and Brossoit in the net for Winnipeg. Hope I said that right. What do you like here?
This is a hard one to do a first take on because you really have to anticipate what's going to happen tonight. And I'll be looking at that game tonight to see against Minnesota. You know, do they get shut out? Do they score 5 and you can maybe anticipate a dud tomorrow? Those sorts of things are you're going to look at. But who did you say was Detroit's goalie? Howard.
Yeah, it should be Howard. I don't see why it wouldn't be Howard. Okay. I mean, they're not coming off back-to-back. They're all coming off rest, so.
All right, so we got Detroit. I mean, Detroit, looking at them, they're 1-8 in their past 9. I looked it up earlier. They've certainly had trouble, but you get DFS value out of their players at a fair price. So I don't want any part of Howard. I'll get that part over with. Going up here defensively here, no Kronwall, no Jensen, no Erickson. Maybe you could make a case for Philip Hronek there. 14 shots, 5 blocks, and 3 points with all even strength points at 3,500. Fair deal there. Actually, maybe even a bit of a bargain here. But other than that, guys, and then when I play Detroit team, I really don't even much care this of correlation as much. You know, I want Larkin because he shoots a lot. I'll take Gustav Nyquist because he plays with him. Monto on that second line and Athanasiou on that third line. I could even say, I'd have no problem leaving out Nyquist and playing Larkin with Mantha and Athanasiou as well. You can see Larkin is on the power play by himself anyway, but that second line you're getting Nyquist, Athanasiou, and Mantha all on that second power play here, and Hronik down there on that second power play unit as well. But really that's the plays here. Maybe a pair wouldn't be a bad option. You take the shooters, for instance, here. Maybe take an Athanasiou there with 5 points and assists and 16 shots at 4,900. Pair him up with Larkin at 6,500 because he's going to shoot a lot tomorrow, I think, as well. But certainly I think Winnipeg's going to win. These games are historically close. There's been like one exception here, but these games are actually normally close games. So Scheifele, Wheeler, Connor, Laine, I think we can know where the plays are. It's hard for me to give a real good breakdown because I'd like to know what they're doing today. And, it's like Joe just said, if Dallas maintains where they're going, they get shut out tonight against, I can't think of who it is, but whoever they're playing tonight, we would say, I don't know. I don't trust this Dallas team. And that's really where I'm at on this. Backstrom just scored, so he's not sick anymore. But, yeah, that's where I'm at here. I'd say you're going to have to tune into the Slack channel to get a real good breakdown here. Trouba defensively with Morrissey defensively, both those guys, and Myers are all in play tomorrow, no matter what. I played Myers today. I took Joe's advice. I think you said 4,000 was about what he was today as well. So you're getting a good sale there. And Brassard, he's in play too. I mean, 7,900, a little more on the price tag, but I don't see any reason why Winnipeg doesn't keep Detroit on the struggling side and keep on making their chances of the playoffs disappear game by game.
Winnipeg is currently getting shut out by Dubnyk. So says Raiders fan in the chat.
Man.
It's a good bounce back spot for Winnipeg here. If they end up getting
8, so it should be midway.
Yeah. If they get shut out here, man, I'm pounding Winnipeg tomorrow in stacks. Telling you, I really will. Because
I like both of them. I like if Detroit gets down like 3-0, because then those guys that are involved in scoring just shoot at will.
Yep. Detroit side here. I got interest in Larkin, Nyquist. You like Mantha more than I do. I'll just let you keep him. I do like Athanasiou though. Certainly. And defensively here, man, Philippe Hronik is kicking ass right now as a defenseman. A goal, 2 assists, 14 shots, 5 blocks, 21 minutes of ice time for 3,500. Philippe Hronik is absolutely in play defensively. Beautiful. So, if nothing else, you can jump over there and take Hronik defensively. I don't see why not. Winnipeg side here, I do have just a touch of them today, not a whole lot. I can't remember how many lineups I built, 2 or 3, I think. It doesn't matter. They all suck. Obviously, they're getting shut out. I'll go right back to the well. I can't help it. Wheeler and Scheifele, obviously, great plays. Kyle Connor, he's a good play. Patrick Laine, he's I'm just waiting for him to heat up, man. He's got to heat up here soon. Cat's on a contract year. And that's it. It's those 4 forwards for me. Josh Morrissey, defensively at 5,500, kind of taking over that Byfuglien role. He's a good play. Jacob Trouba, man, Jacob Trouba at 4,900 is a better play than Morrissey. So I lean Trouba over Morrissey. The cat I played today was Tyler Myers at 4K. 22 minutes ice time. He's a really good looking defenseman too as well. Raiders, you don't suck at this game, man. It's variance, bud. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with you. The only thing you can do is play the right players. And if you feel like you're playing the right players, if they can't do it, then you know what I mean? Like, think about it. You're betting on a man to make a play that you expect him to make. If he does not make that, he's not only letting you down because his coach and his teammates expect him to make the same play. If he does not make that play, Tanev scored. Fucking Tanev, man. Damn, dude. Whatever. Winnipeg's good play here, man. Just Raiders. Just quick before I move on to the next game. If I could recommend anything, okay, anything to anybody out there who plays DFS on a daily basis, first thing I would tell you is if you feel like you're slumping, dude, take a day off. Seriously. And don't just take the day off and still kind of pay attention to it. I'm not saying I'll play free lineups or anything like that. I'm saying take the day off. Step away from it. All of it. Get away from DFS. Turn the NHL talk radio off. Just relax, man, for a day. Try it Sunday, man. Just get away. Sundays are wacky slates to begin with. So just get away for a day so you can relax your mind and then come back into it. You know, hey, you missed a day. So if you missed them games, guess what you got to do? If you miss 1 day's worth of games, miss one, say, 10-game slate anyway, to get back into it, you got to research. So that brings me to my next thing. Trust the process, man. As long as you build your lineups and do your research using the same process day in and day out, you will have streaky days. This is riding a wave. You will have streaks. You will have streaks where your process and your thoughts and the way you analyze the slate works. Then you're going to have streaks where it doesn't work. Okay? I'm up and down myself right now. I really am up and down. The only win I've had all week long that this has been anything decent was on a quarter slate. I finished second in a quarter GPP, right? I posted it in the Slack, and I scored 60 points. The following day, I think my high score, Jared, I can't remember what was the day. I said to you, it was 25 or something after the 60. I think it was like it was something, maybe 33 or something after I scored 60. So one day I literally posted over 60 points in a contest. The following day, I'm back down to 30 and not money and nothing, man. So it is what it is. Jared and I play different ways too, man, because I stack heavy a lot of heavy stacks. There's a lot of times I'm running 2 3-man stacks and a 2-man stack with a goalie. Jared doesn't play that way. His builds are a lot different than mine. His plays are a lot different than mine. Our lineups are completely and utterly, totally different each and every single day, man. So
that's why I'm having a good day today.
Right. You're having a good day today, and I'm getting crushed. So next game up, Florida Panthers on a back-to-back also heading into Calgary to take on the red-hot Calgary Flames. Minus 210 home favorite, over under 6.5 in this game. We should see Roberto let it in Luongo against Mike. I have the most common name in the world, Smith. What do you got here, Jared?
Well, I guess, you know what, I'll just say it off the bat. On Mark Pisk's birthday, I don't know what Mark Pisk might do for you. But he is a nice little cheap play, you know. And if you're going to spend $2,500 on a player that on defensive option, maybe Mark Pisk is your guy tomorrow on his birthday. Hey, at least we can somehow get the word out that he was at least, you know, up in by ownership in the DFS by like 7% on his birthday. Give him a little gift there. But yeah, you're right. It is this Calgary stack here, and I didn't hit it the other day, the to the max. I think it was Kachuk and Backlund more so last game there against Colorado. I know Kachuk had the empty netter and stuff. I'm like, at the end, I really needed, like, I mean, granted, this is the knuckle. I got $25, and Gaudreau like does a wrap around, hits the post on the empty netter. I was like, no, hit the net. Yeah, because then that I knew that 3.5. This was while Ottawa was losing, and I really needed the 3 points from Nielsen. But I knew if I could have got that Gaudreau goal, it could have, really made me money line. But the suspense kept me on the edge, and I couldn't agree with you more on the Raiders' impact. Yeah, it is what it is. It's like blackjack. Everyone plays by the book on blackjack, and there's times you lose 10 in a row. You're like, man, I'm doing everything the book says, and it's not working. And just it's a bad day. But yeah, I mean, you just trust, like you just said, you trust the process. You learn people. You bounce ideas off the Slack channel. If your way's not working and Cole's throwing out a lineup and he's on the hot streak, take a play or two from Cole's. I mean, that's the Slack channel. Like just said, we're not giving full lineups usually until we lock lineups in, but we're out there to like throwing stacks out because we think they're good plays. It's like Joseph. We're not out there to lie to people and say, let's create a contest of 10-man and let's just tell them that we're heavy on this stack so we can play the other way and make $5. We're not out to do that. But Calgary, it's Gaudreau, it's Monahan, it's Lindholm, it's Kachuk, it's Backlund, it's Frolik. It's any of these top 6 guys. And like Jess said, they like come and you let alone go, and he's gonna let it in, and it wouldn't surprise me if he got pulled again. Raiders. He does. He has been pulled a couple times. Third line, Jankowski with some solid production there with Bennett and Neal. Actually, Jankowski's a pretty fun player to watch. I haven't paid much attention to Calgary, but I did have that game on the other night. Jankowski's a fun guy to watch. Defensively here, it's you can look for TJ Brody. I'm going to choose one of these more probably price savings guys. So I'm going to look for Brody and Hannafin more so than Giordano. I'm not going to say you can't play Giordano, but at 6,400, I'd rather take the point or two less for the price savings I'll get by playing Brody or Hannafin. Going down here to Mike Smith, I absolutely have interest. Even at 8,200, I have interest in Mike Smith. And if there's any good game that it's going to be a bounce-back game here is against this Florida Panthers team. And I think on a back-to-back, they're historically bad. I'm going to have to look at that, tune into the Slack channel, because these are the teasers that I throw out in the Slack channel. I get to do a little bit of research and say, hey, on a back-to-back, Florida is, scored 6 goals in 6 games and gave up like 21 or something of that sort. So, we're trying to pitch the Slack channel as much as we can as well, because, hey, with more brains gives us maybe a little bit better understanding. And like Joe said, we don't know whose bobblehead night it is. So it's great, when you got Cole up there in Montreal, following closely with Montreal, he's able to tell us, hey, it's this giveaway night, might be a good play. Or Raiders out there following his Kings team closely. He can throw out, it's Jack Campbell free hat day, and we're going to throw in Jack Campbell. And these things matter. Narrative matters, and Joe's said it before. And you know what? I'm doing a complete fade on Florida. It might not be the best idea, but I got a good, strong inkling here that Mike Smith is going to be a solid play tomorrow.
We are deadlocked identical on this game. Florida, real simple. Nothing. I'm not playing them. I think Florida's dead in the water here. It's just a long, slow process until they die again and not make the playoffs. So it is what it is. Calgary, these Cats are on fire. I don't know how you can't play them, especially in cash games. They're going to be heavily owned, as well as Pittsburgh going to be heavily owned. Carolina could be heavily owned. That'll be the 3 teams that are powering out ownership. Gaudreau, Monahan, Lindholm, Kachuk, Backlund, Frolik. they're all great plays. I won't move down from there. Jankowski's an okay call, though. I do like that. I like Giordano. I'm not going to pay up there, though. I really find myself playing a lot of Hannafin, Harmonic, and TJ Brody. And I think you should stay there. Mike Smith is in play. Let it in, Luongo. No way. He lived his time. He's probably gonna go into the Hockey Hall of Fame, man. But I think he's like my age, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like he's 37, 38 years old now. Time to let it go. Mike Smith is about the same, though. I think he's 36, 37. But time to let it go, guys. Hand it over to the young kids. Last game up on the slate, we got our Pittsburgh Penguins. Everybody loves the Pens. Heading into Anaheim to take on the Anaheim Ducks. Pens are visiting minus 143 favorite. Over under 6 in this game. We should see Matt Murray and John Gibson. Jared, tell us why we're playing Anaheim.
All right. I was saying, yeah, it's just I just got that in. When you got your homer team, you get a little gut feeling, and I'm like, man, don't you remember last time Chicago lost 8 in a row, and we're like, oh, Penn's got this in the bag, and they lose. But we've seen Chicago just has Penn's number, but 9 in a row, 9 losses in a row for Anaheim, and I just do not see it getting any easier. And you know what? I think you cannot play. I mean, if you're throwing that quarter out, maybe Raiders, this might be your thing to just say, I'm on the Pens. Hasn't worked. I'm going to get stack in. I'm on the quarter. Maybe you'll do something. But I just don't see this being the anomaly game. I look for the Pens to come out and stomp this team. They are just miles ahead of this Anaheim team. Watching that game, I literally turned it off in I think it was late or the early third period because I was watching Ottawa and Anaheim. It was such a boring game. I'm like, this is boring. Holy moly, it's boring. So look over here. Brian Rust, Crosby, Gensel, play them all three. These guys are hot. They're on a roll. I think that's your stack of the night here. Look at Hornquist. I'm not sure what news they released. They were saying that they should have got an update from Sullivan's press conference during the practice today, but Hornquist took a shot to the face and left the game the other day.
Oh, Hornquist?
Yeah.
Hornquist is out indefinitely with a concussion.
Yeah, so looking at that, you know what that means.
Kessel.
Feel the thrill back up with Malkin. And you know what? That's interesting because if I'm bringing up anyone, because, well, they got to bring up Grant, you said, right? Or is it Wilson, you said?
Wilson bring up.
If I'm them, I don't mess with that fourth line right now. So I think you put Wilson where Kessel is, and you throw Kessel or you throw Wilson with Brassard and Pearson. That's going to be the best bet. I don't think you touch that fourth line that's been playing really good hockey. And it's a shame all around that Hornquist is out because, like you said, they're all playing good hockey here. And look at this. How many teams can you look at every forward on daily faceoff and see a point from every single forward in the past 5 games? So I don't want to take away Dominic Simone. If you wanted to do Simone, Malkin, and Kessel, because like I said, you're getting a first-hand knowledge from homers here. Kessel's going to be back with Malkin. And I can play any of that front 6. What do you think, Joe? Do you mix the pairings up here, or do you stack the lines here? For me, I think I'm stacking full lines, and although I understand I can get more exposure by playing like a Crosby, Malkin, Kessel here, I think you're going to get a very good multi-goal night from some of these with a lot of value that I think I want to stack the whole line.
Well, the thing is, I'm not against running Jake Gensel, Sid Crosby, Malkin, and Kessel all in the same line and trying to get some value somewhere else. I don't mind all 4.
Yeah, who were we saying that it was? Who was it that had the 2,700? Oh, it was Buffalo, right? You compare
Yeah.
that Buffalo first line with 27,
Yeah, with
2,600.
Tage Thompson and Sabaka.
The vodka there. So I mean, that's a fair play here because I don't see Carolina shutting down Buffalo. So that's a good play. Defensively here, Letang easily in play at 6,300. Dude, Marcus Pettersson at 3,000. I think I've played him 2 or 3 times in a row. I think last game he even got me 2 assists at a 4-point night. 3K, the guy's meshing well. He's a couple games, I think his shots are getting blocked a little bit more. That 5 number is a little bit tricky, but when you watch him, the dude likes to shoot. They get blocked a lot, but he does like to shoot. And it just took him time to build into the city. I mean, not only did he move across or moved to a different team, but he moved across the whole country. So I think a little bit.
This is a Pedersen revenge game.
This is a
Daniel Sprong revenge game.
Brown revenge game here. Oh, and while you're writing that down, Raiders. I don't know how much you pay attention to Joe. I know he said to take the day off. Me and Joe are aiming for that prize there or whatever of the tickets or the coins you get there, the 25,000 or something. So, I mean, I'm for it. If he wants to recommend a quarter game, throw it out there. Because I don't know if you can do free contests to keep that streak alive.
No. It's got to be paid.
It's got to be paid. So even if you wanted to throw a quarter in, 25,000 coins is, what is it? I think you can exchange them in for tickets. And I think you can get like 15, 20 tickets or something.
If you play all dollar tickets out of the Iron Man money you win, the 25K, it comes out to being about 80. I think it's 80 plays.
80 plays.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's high value there. I mean, and that's why I want to caution those to say take the day off, which I think you can. I think we've looked at it. You can take a day off and still get it, but we're not taking chances here.
No. Right.
But like Joe said, that narrative is going to be a big one. Look for Pedersen to definitely take shots on Gibson. I do have interest in Murray, and how can you not? Going over to Anaheim, Daniel Sprong, guys. This is a huge revenge game here. I'm not sure what terms, because I'm not with the Anaheim market that Pedersen left on, but Sprong didn't leave on good terms. And if you see media that says he did, and it was just like a mutual agreement that they couldn't mesh in the same system, it was not mutual agreement. The guy really – there was discourse across there. One GM might have wanted to play him. The head coach didn't want to play him and so forth. So Sprong revenge game is a good narrative here. And certainly I'm loading up my stats here. He's probably going to come in around a 3K price tag. Yeah, 3,200 price tag. I'm okay to play that. I'm okay to play Kasha here. I think Kasha is going to be a good play. And another good stat that you guys can even write down in case for future reference, at least the next week's worth of games. I think it was Andre Kasha has like 11 goals this year or something. 9 of 11 goals are on home ice. And I even kept that at the forefront of my mind because if they're on the road and Kasha might even be on a hot streak, I'm not taking Kasha because that's a pretty significant margin there to think that 2 goals in call it 20 games on the road, that's not very good for me, and I would wipe them out of my play. But 5,900 maybe caution tomorrow. But like you said, it's all pens for me here. You might get me playing Sprong though, because I really see him to try to make him retaliate.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with pretty much everything you said. Kind of jumped in and talked about this game all the way around. It's the top 6 from Pittsburgh for me with Pedersen and Letang, and that's it, man. I'll play Spronger from Anaheim, but I won't play anything else from Anaheim until they do something. Even in, if you look back over the course of their wins, Anaheim does not score a ton here, man. They rely totally on Gibson to shut them down. If they score the first goal, they're going to try to slow this game down so much. Even Anaheim would rather win a 1-0 game, right, than try to enter a shootout with anybody, certainly. So That's why they play the way they do. Let's get into the game, man. What do you like? Diamond stack me. You're muted.
What was that? Hang on a second.
Diamond stack.
You go ahead and take the lead here. Let me forward this real quick to the wife.
Good. I want pit line 2. Malkin, Kessel, and Dominic Simone.
The only other play on the slate, Calgary line 2 for me.
Yeah, I had them all. I had them both wrote down. I didn't know if you were going to take first or me, but whatever.
Yeah, and everyone that's going to be Kachuk, that's going to be Backlund, and that's going to be Michael Frolik.
Excellent. My snowflake stack is Florida line 1, Huberdeau, Barkov, and whoever else they got up there with him right now. Dadanoff, I believe. I'll double check. No, they have Malgin up there with them. Huberdeau, Barkov, Malgin. What's your diamond or snowflake stack, rather?
Oh man, just make sure I get this. So it's 1-1 right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with snowflake stack, Carolina line 1. I think the goals are gonna come from other lines, so I might not be so much on Aho, Teravainen tomorrow. Which I mean, they were a deeper play when you look at the stacks of the Pittsburgh. Maybe you can even say Winnipeg, and maybe you could even say the stack of Calgary there. Carolina was lower on that list, and I think that McGinn, Aho, and Teravainen are going to be another one, and I think you can get some depth plays from Carolina tomorrow.
My Boulder Award goes to Brossois.
Called it in the video, Mike Smith.
That could happen, too. That could happen. But that's it, guys. That's a slate for Gamer. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Like we said, join us in the Slack. I need your email address. Let it in the comments below or hit me at DFS Quarry on the Twitter machine. Just direct message me, private message me. Say, hey, Joe, can I get the Slack? Let your email address. I'll send the invite right out. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, the January 14th, Monday, January 14th show will be the giveaway show. So make sure you let comments in that. And, Jared, if you ain't got nothing else, we can get out of here.
Let's get out of there and head into an easy Friday slate.
All right, good deal. Good luck to everyone, and we'll see you in the Slack tomorrow.